This should be fun. It's so awesome to see such a great turnout because Mike and Emily are just two of the people that mean a whole hell of a lot in this world to me. So it's really an honor to be able to be here today. I met Mike and Emily 20 years ago, and it's been a ride. So to be here today is definitely a privilege, and I'm really happy about that. Sometimes the things that you have to wait for in life are the things that ultimately are the best and the most worth it. That's something that I've had to learn over time. And this is one of those things for me that is like, man, you made me wait. And wait. And then you moved to Portland. And I was coming off a mountain and I was reading a mountain of text messages that were like, hey, I'm leaving for Portland. And I was like, you didn't say anything, but I knew who was in Portland. And so we waited for today, and we got to today. And I hope that you guys have exactly the fairy tale life that you deserve. Because the way that you guys have made it through this world so far has been a fairy tale, and I really want to see the way that this thing ends. So, to Mike and Emily, cheers.
Cheers, man. Love you, buddy.
Give it up for the best man, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we're going to hear from the Maid of Honor. Please make some noise for Gwen, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I know both of the families here are so happy for everyone who could make it. I know they really appreciate it. For those who might have not met yet, and I think that's probably quite a few of you, my name is Gwen, and I call myself Emily's best friend. And if you hear in any of these speeches that it's actually Michael, I would dispute that and say, at best, it is a tie. Even though Emily and I were not traditional childhood friends, we certainly grew up together. We have been through so many phases of life together, supporting and cheering one another on. We made it through our wild and reckless phase with Chris and Martha and Ben probably keeping us alive, to our first office jobs, big moves, heartbreak, and triumph, including Emily graduating from law school and passing the bar. Thanks to Michael, and I know a bunch of you here from law school today. And now, our much more reasonable and grounded phase, where I can confidently say, Emily and Michael seem more perfect for each other with each passing day. His calmness balances Emily's passion and spark, and together we have seen them achieve incredible milestones. I'm so glad that your paths crossed once again and came together, this time for good. Both of you are incredibly loyal and caring people who will continue to build your strong foundation of friendship and love. So cheers to you, your love, your friendship, and your future. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, next up, we're going to hear from the sister of the groom. Please give it up for Morgan, ladies and gentlemen.
This is gonna
Pretty great. So for those of you who don't know,
close up microphone.
I am Mike's elder. He wants everyone to know that I am the elder sister, but also the genetically superior sister. Less gray hairs, folks. Less gray hairs. So good evening. I thought we'd take a little walk down memory lane back to 2005 when we had a couple little kids hanging out on our front porch listening to Fergie, having a good old time smoking weed with the cats. You're welcome, Mike. But it was 2005, and that's when Mike first started chasing Emily. 19 years later, some call it a long story. I call it the longest game tag in history. Back then, they were just two high school kids in Colorado. Nellie was on the radio talking about getting hot in here. Mike definitely thought that applied to Emily. And meanwhile, Emily was just there trying to pass algebra. And let's not forget, it was the Pink Jinkos era. Mike was a big fan. 100%. Nothing says romance like pants wide enough to smuggle in a desktop computer. And somewhere in the background, Mariah Carey's We Belong Together was topping the Billboard 100. And Mike clearly agreed. For Emily, the jury was still out. Over the years, they grew together, they grew apart, they never lost touch. They even planned a trip to Belize in 2015, and then it was canceled. To be fair, 2015 was a tough year. Nellie was no longer topping the charts. But Mike never gave up. He chased Emily through high school, college, different states, law school. He basically has a PhD in persistence at this point. Most people outgrew their teenage crushes. Mike just doubled down and got a mortgage with his. By 2019, Emily was in Oregon for law school, and Mike was still in Colorado working in IT. He decided, you know what? I've only been chasing her for 14 years. What's a cross-country move on a Tuesday? So he packed up his computers, his love, definitely a cat, and probably a good pair of Jinkos, and moved to Oregon. Since then, they built a life, an apartment in Milwaukee, a career in tech, a law degree, a house, and 3 cats, Ash, Kitty, and Buddy. And who definitely think they're in charge. 3 cats isn't weird at all, Mike. At one point, I had 3 too. It's okay. And finally, after almost 2 decades, they made it to Belize in 2024. Not only did the trip happen, but Mike got down on one knee and proposed. Nearly 20 years after he started chasing Emily, he finally caught her. So let's raise our glasses for Michael and Emily. Proof that true love can survive distance, law school, 3 cats, the fashion crimes of 2005. May your love always stay fresh, fun, and never go out of style, unlike those Jinkos you still have, Mike. And Mike, now that you've finally caught Emily, it's time for an age-appropriate hobby. Maybe golf, maybe gardening, perhaps world history or smoking meats. Oh, and one last thing. I really hope your first dance is to Mariah Carey's We Belong Together. Otherwise, you've missed 20 years of branding at this point. Cheers to Mike and Emily.
Cheers.
Next up, we are going to hear from the father of the bride. Please make some noise for Chris, ladies and gentlemen.
You get a package
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, we have a 2-for-1 special. This is my wife, Martha. So, my first wife, as I say. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all. As Gwen said, thank you all for being here. We have a lot of family. My family's cousins and uncles of Emily's are from Tennessee, mostly New Orleans, various places. Martha's side is from New England, mostly North Carolina. And actually, one of the cousins is here from Tasmania, Australia, being the country. And then, of course, Michael's family is here, and
Texas and Colorado.
Texas and Colorado mostly. And Judge Jaco is here from the appellate court, and a lot of your fellow law students here who I haven't met. And Michael's company is here, and I Don't know who I've missed. Oh, yeah, there. Yeah. We'll be down to meet you later. You were too far away. So, anyway,
Oh, and Michael's friends from Colorado.
oh, all right. There's the whole crew. Where are they?
Yeah, they're right there.
All right. There you are. Okay. Haven't met you either. Anyway, so that was a later history of Emily. I will say that Emily was born in Newport, Oregon, where we live still. And actually, we lived in a little town called Otter Rock. And when she was 13 years old, I made the questionable decision to take a job in Boulder, Colorado. So I learned that probably one of the worst things you can do is to move a 13-year-old girl. And she reminded me of that constantly. But some good things came out of it. She met Gwen and she met Michael. So, and Michael stood out to me from her crew. First of all, because he's called me Dr. Fox instead, but most of my staff never did. And he was always the guy that was there when Emily made one of her many moves from an apartment to another. He was always there with his pickup truck to help us move. So, Michael's a good guy, and trying to think, I could mention his Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys fan is a little bit of a problem with me, but anyway, and you want to step in?
All right.
Toast.
Well, it's very traditional to welcome someone into the family when they get married, but I can't do that with Michael because he's been part of our family for so long. He's just been there for Emily. Emily's been there for him. And they've just done such a wonderful job honing their relationship and perfecting it, right? The perfect relationship. Oh, absolutely. Their relationship has always been an enigma to me because I could never tell if they were just friends or more than friends. So it was sort of interesting when Michael decided to move to Portland. And I'm going, I thought they were just friends. But wonderfully, they were a bit more than just friends and have developed into a great relationship that pretty much has been similar to marriage for several years now. So, and I must say, Michael's very quirky and some would call snarky sense of humor has blended very well in our family as well. And I just love Michael to pieces, and he's there for us as well as Emily. So hopefully we will always be there for him too. And thank goodness you finally tied the knot, because I'm sick and tired of saying Emily's honey, Emily's partner, Emily's whatever, and then to potential son-in-law, to future son-in-law, to whatever. So now I can just call you my son-in-law. So a toast to a wonderful couple. They're terrific. And thank you to everyone who came from far away, from close up. And it's been wonderful meeting a lot of you. You're terrific people too. And you've helped make Emily and Michael who they are. Thank you.
Cheers.
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 Alrighty.
I had Michael yet. Yeah, we have a really quick speech. Okay. Are you still working? Wow.
Oh, yeah, ready.
Yeah, let's do
Ready.
this. Let's do this.
Okay, do I start? Oh, now I can't see. That you start us.
Yeah. All right. So we just have a couple words that we'd like to say, like to share with everybody here. So just, yeah, bear with us here. I didn't practice very much. So a little bit of reading here, but yeah. Hello, everyone. First off, we did it. We're officially married. Hey! And I only tripped once. So we're going to go ahead and call that a flawless victory.
Thank you all so very much for being here today. Whether you came from across town, across the country, or even across the planet, shout out Amy. It means the world to us that you're here to celebrate. And for those of you still wondering how you got invited, just roll with it. We're glad you're here.
Weddings are kind of surreal. You know, we spend months planning every little detail. The food, the music, the flowers, the seating charts, and then the big moment arrives, and you realize the most important part of the evening and most important part of the ceremony is, you know, just the people that are there with you.
Thank you to our vendors who made tonight possible. And a special shout out to Andrea, our savior planner. I don't know where she is, but Andrea with House of Lily Events. Any of our friends who might be next, you know who you are. Give Andrea a call when you get there.
Yeah, and then thank you to our friends. Thank you for your endless support. Thank you for your humor and your ability to get here on time. And even thank you to those that didn't get here on time. We saw you. Noted. You've carried us through all kinds of chapters in life, and we're just so glad that you're a part of this one as well. So thank you so much.
To our families, thank you for your love, the patience, the wisdom, and the support that got us here. We feel incredibly loved and incredibly lucky. This day is more than we ever imagined, and having you all here makes it unforgettable.
Oh. So let's go ahead. One last time. Just one more. This is the last one. Raise a glass. Cheers. And then maybe lose the glass, hit the dance floor like nobody's watching. Thank you all. Let's party. We have some dances right after this, and then we'll get to it.